What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. That's right, guys. I am on the free-to-play account, which has officially become the F2B account. That's right, free to broke. Your boy Payne has pretty much run dry on almost every single resource in the game. And it's crazy. So, some of you guys have been asking me, if you did watch the live stream today, what did it cost you? It cost me everything. Literally cost me everything on my free-to-play account to get myself an A3 Gunhee. Now, a lot of people are wondering, was it worth it? So I'm going to give you guys my honest truth and why I did this. First and foremost, I am a content creator. My job is to entertain. So I entertain you guys by doing silly shit sometimes, and this was one of those silly things. Now, the A3 is, of course, a very, very powerful place to be. I won't lie to you guys. It's worth it if you can afford it, but it's not the be-all, end-all of this situation. You guys should not be pushing this if you guys can't afford it. And I now will not be able to go for the two young girls coming out. I'm going to call them Harlot or Sharper. Yeah, put them together. Charlotte and Harper, right? Those two units will not be in my repertoire on my free-to-play account. Of course, I will do it on my pay-to-win, but I went in on Gunhee because I wanted to, like I said in my last video, look 10 cards ahead rather than the one in front of me, right? So I'm thinking, because of his abilities, I want to push him to A5, ideally, get his weapon to A5 for sure, and then prepare myself for Thomas and Gina. So, it cost me everything. Now, the reason why I did this, and the reason why I think this was a good idea for me personally, and I don't necessarily mean it's a good idea for you, is I'm also looking at future content that's coming out in the story mode. I know that light and dark are going to be a big one as well too. I don't have any good dark units, so that's going to affect me obviously in the dark stages of the story mode when it comes down to reverse. But I'm hoping I can supplement that with some other units as well too. But light is the last one with, I believe it's light, right? With reverse being Kargalagagagag again. So I'm looking forward to finishing that hopefully as well with my light units. Now, the one thing to note as well, just so everyone is aware, he kills it in guild fights, like destroys in guild boss, right? So I did a couple free-to-play runs today on my live stream, and I want to show you guys the crazy amount of damage this guy does. So my ranking is not the greatest. I'm 8th place on my current rank. Still not bad, don't get me wrong. It's still pretty damn good for that. But I want to show you guys the damage this man is doing. Check it out. Check this out. Okay, this is now, I'm going to move my screen up a little bit for you. Okay, so my first run was okay. It wasn't that great. 768 is not bad. I could have gone closer to 800, quite honestly. I just messed up, but I decided to record it just so we had something in store. Plus, I don't have my A5 weapon, which is what I'm looking for. I think I'm 14 shards away from getting the A5 weapon. So I'll hopefully get it today or tomorrow and get Gunhee completed to A5. And once you get to A5, the light damage debuff goes to 12% rather than what I had it right now, which is, I believe, at 9%. So that's more damage for him, more damage for Chop. But take a look at this, right? So I'm going to revise the tier list next month for sure. He's definitely going back to top tier. When we did our first testing, Guild Boss was not part of that conclusion testing. It was just more like, hey, how good is he? And I did say he's a very powerful breaking DPS, the best breaking DPS in the game. And I meant that. This clearly shows, but he's now even more important because of the future release of Thomas Andre and Gina, who are going to be both light units, and who knows going forward. I truly mean it, that he is going to be the premier support unit for all light going forward. Look what he does to Cha, for example, right? Look at this. She went from being 4th place for the most part to 1st place by a fairly large margin. And not to mention, he's also in my free-to-play account out DPSing Alicia and Mireille. So I'm getting pretty damn good results from him, quite honestly. Now, my Alicia is the strongest unit I have in the game. If you want to compare the two, let's just go back, and I'll show you guys on my free-to-play account where she sits. She's the queen right now for me. 16k power, sorry, 159k power, 16k attack. I mean, crit rates 183, 50% crit. She's got everything she needs. A7 weapon, and then I've Gunhee here who's off 146. Defense is very similar to her attack, so I mean they're not far off in terms of that because they spec off the same thing. Obviously, he's got his weapon at A4 only. She's got A7. His skills are 7, 7, 6, 6, etc. Hers are much higher, right? So you got more of that there to show. And then for artifacts, I mean, if you look at it, we've got the full greed set and we've got ourselves the full curse set. So equivalent, but again, because he's getting the bonus there from the fact that he gets that extra weapon light damage, plus not to mention from his skills right over here from his A1, right, which he gets the extra bonuses there, including the light damage, crit hit, crit damage. But she also gets the tornado. Don't forget that. So she gets that little hurricane that gives her crit damage as well, plus crit rate. So at the end of the day, it looks like it's coming down to two things. Number one, his survivability. Alicia doesn't really die either, but she loses MP a lot faster than him. And number two, the fact that his light weapon is just always up. It's constantly up, nonstop. So he's doing that light damage at full speed, at full times, right? So he's killing it, guys. Like, absolutely killing it. So let me go back down here, okay? So that was it right there. I want to show you guys that. Now, number two, let's show you the second fight so you guys can see what the numbers look like. It's a little different than the second one, obviously, but you guys can at least take a look at it, right? Right there, see? He's still number two. Still number two. Miri's still number 4. She's number 3. So, like, look at the score difference. 792 that time. I was closer to 800. I was trying to hit the 800 mark, but I was like, forget it. We'll just get it done. So, on a free-to-play account, looking pretty good. Now, remember, my Jinnu here, specifically for this fight, is set up to be a support. So, if you guys want to see my Jinnu here, he is full intellect here. Artifacts were switched over. Yes, I know I should have waited for the event, but I'm, again, content creator, have to entertain, right? So, it cost me everything. I literally have nothing left to summon for the new characters when they come out. So I'm going to have to rebuild my way all the way back up to getting Essence Stones and hopefully have enough multis, maybe one multi or two, to get at least a summon in or two to get the new units, or they give out some extra bonuses to us like codes, etc., right? So that'll really help me out. But at the end of the day, it's looking pretty damn good. So hopefully, guys, I'll be able to complete this, get this done, and show you guys the full result of an A5 guild run, including some more bosses. I will tell you as well, he has really helped in beating the Scorpion boss, which is right over here, the Encore, right? So I'm going to work on some tiers, but I'm on tier 9 now. He's made it so much easier to get this done, and I'm going to probably work on getting tier 10 and then go back and get the rest of the trophies completed with him as the main supplement to Cha's DPS. But yeah, guys, is he worth getting A3? Absolutely. Is he worth getting A5? Absolutely. Do you want to spend all of your currencies now and be screwed for Baron? Probably not. And that's where I think people should draw the line. Again, I am a content creator, so my job is to make sure that I entertain. I didn't make the best decision here for drawing. Plus, you guys can see here, my draws were not the greatest. Let's see how much it took me, actually. So I got them right there. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 there, 80, 90. Took me 150. 150 draws, guys, to get him to A3. And you have to understand, the crazy part about this is the fact that they gave us 2 for free. 2 copies of them for free. So I would have only had an A1 if I spent all this, which ideally, honestly, is still a good place to stop for him. So you don't have to push for A2 or A3. Like, you can definitely stop at A1. You'll still get all the major bonuses. A3 just gives him a little bit more defense, gives him the damage decrease plus the almighty break, which is not a big deal. And A2 just gives him a little bit more break effect. Really, the major one here is going to be the A5, where he gives the user critical hit damage by 30% and QTE damage by 150%. That's where it's going to be a bigger deal, because everybody in the team gets this, and then everybody in the team gets this as well too at A1, right? So keep that in mind. It is affecting all team members, so not just him, but Cha, everybody else. So Thomas Andre will take advantage of this. So this is going to be my next A5 unit, because I want to get that bonus. Again, I'm looking at the future, so all my custom tickets are probably going to add him to it, him, Mireille, and then I'm going to hopefully get him to A5 sooner or later. Honestly, for me personally, because I'm looking that far ahead, because I have my pay-to-win account, right? And that's the reason why I'm doing this, because I have my pay-to-win account, so I can use the other characters there, beat Baron there, give you guys guides there. Hopefully be able to do it with a free-to-play account as well, too, without the dark units. But I just want to show you guys what I spent. I spent it all. Do I recommend it? Not necessarily. I have 2 accounts where I can play around with both, every unit essentially, right? One's the pay to win. That's where I'm going to go with the two girls and get them and test them out. But on this account here, I'm looking further ahead than just Baron. I'm looking at all the light stuff, and Thomas Andre being the main star, hopefully, of that. Please, Net Marble, don't mess him up, guys. Please make him what he's supposed to be, a national level hunter, and make him the best unit in the game when he does come out. All right, guys, The Payne, thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out the run that I did for all my guild runs, you guys can go check out the live stream that was out today. I'll put that in the description. Plus, I'm going to show you guys why beating Cerberus on hard mode is better than doing full normal mode, up to Vulcan even. I'll put that guide out very soon as well, so you guys have an idea of how I did it, what I used, and how you can do it as well too, and why it's actually better to start farming him over anything else, because you're guaranteed minimum 5 or 6 legendary drops, plus a chest that allows you to choose the actual item of your choice. So I think it's a much better deal to go with that, and I'll show you guys my setup and how I got it done. All right, guys, this is Payne. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.